Hello and welcome back to the Freelanceverse. Thanks for coming back to the channel once again. If you don't know who I am, my name is Adrian. I'm a German translator and language specialist, and I also make YouTube videos every week. Now today is the last video of season 6. I've been doing this now for 6 years. It's unbelievable. And as usual, on my last day of the season, I look back over the year, what went well, what didn't go well, and kind of show you guys what money you can expect, what viewership you can expect with a channel of about this size. I have 38,610 subscribers as of recording. It's definitely not been my strongest year on YouTube for several factors, but I still want to show you guys how it went. It's still, you know, even though I didn't have enough time to continue my usual video quality, I still wanted to bring you guys consistent content that could be helpful, because just because I don't have the time or the intensity at the moment to put into this channel, that shouldn't harm you guys. So I still want to provide the regular content. So you will see on the screen here all that I have to share. This is my overview, currently 38,600 subscribers. The last video I put out was a 4 out of 10. It was a Q&A. I make Q&As every 8 weeks, more or less, where people can ask questions about the profession and about freelancing in general. And they always do quite well. As you can see, it's a 4 out of 10. So that means out of the last 10 videos, it is doing the 4th best. I recently made a video. I can just go to the content page here. Recently made a video that went really well. It was the top 10 highest paying languages in 2026. I can go to the analytics quickly. As you can see, it reached over 2,000 views in a couple of weeks. I mean, I've done this now 3 weeks ago, I think. And 13 people found the channel through that video. So if you are one of them watching now, thank you very much. Of course, these are very, sensationalist titles, because if it's about money, if it's about highest paying things, they will always go well. And I made a video back in the day, almost the same title, and I wanted to make an updated video. So I think it makes sense for a channel to, once you have a good video in the past, after a few years, to update it, because you already know that your audience is very interested in that. And then I go on videos and I sort them by popular. Then I see which videos are doing really well. And as you see, the highest paid languages is number 300,000 views in the last 4 years. So I knew that people are interested in this, and I just thought, it's time for an update. And that's a good way to go about. If you have a channel already for a couple of years, make sure to always regularly update your best performing videos, because it's almost like a guarantee that they will do well again. You can see all the best videos are kind of on the same topic, except for the jobs for language students. I was actually surprised that this did so well, and it's kind of hard to update it, because actually I could update it. There are a lot of new jobs that are now emerging. So yeah, that's probably the next one I will update soon. And then come like the tutorials of Trados and MemoQ. I would never have thought when I made these that they will generate like 60,000, 50,000 views. And I know for a fact that executives at these companies, when they need like a quick walkthrough for some of their clients to explain the tools, they sometimes send my video. I've been told by them. So that's really cool, that you create something back in the day, years ago, and now it's actually used professionally by this company. So yeah, but none of the very, very top performing videos are from this season, of course, because they need time to actually grow, right? But this one could actually, in 2 weeks, 2,000 views, so it could grow into something nice. It had a very steep growing curve in the beginning, then it flattened down, but you never know. Sometimes it picks up again. So let's go to the analytics in general and look back on the last year. I always do a summer break, so this would be probably like from August to June, something like that. So as you can see, a total in the last 365 days, a total of almost 200,000 views, almost 2,000 subscribers. I think that's still very good. You can see it's quite a lot down from last year, but I didn't expect it would be still 2,000 subscribers. That's really cool. you know, I try to do my best, of course, with these videos. Otherwise, I would just stop doing the channel. But I know that there is a lot of potential. I know that I could do better. I know that I could have more guests, be more creative, put more energy in it. At the moment, it's just not feasible with the other workload I have. But I definitely want to get back into it. And the problem I had lately, especially the last 3-4 months, I would say, is that I was not ahead. Usually I like to be ahead with these videos. I like to be like 2-3 weeks ahead. And this also now, right? I'm filming this on the day of it going out, right? It's June 29th. This goes out on June 29th. So I don't really like that, to be on the last minute, because then you don't have the flexibility to actually, you know, implement creative edits or look for guests and stuff. So over the summer break, I want to not just lean back and relax. I want to actually work ahead, so I'm prepared for August. So I hopefully the videos will be more engaging again and more, you know, useful for you guys. But I still get regular comments that they're useful. So I'm probably just in my own head, but this is just to give you an insight in what's going on. Now, the best performing video of the year is the theory of translation. So it's the translation theories explained from 2024. It generated almost 12,000 views, and it's crazy that this is actually still such a top performing video. Honestly, how many views does it have now? I need to check. It's now on 21,800 views, and 11,000 of them were this year. Wow, that's actually okay. So it really picked up this year, as you can see. Yeah. So it went from 12,000 to over 20,000 this year. 400 people came to the channel, watched this and subscribed, and it generated 40 euros for me. This is really cool, especially because it's a video I put a lot of effort in, and people comment under it that finally I understand for my finals. Finally someone explains it better than a professor. And that's so funny to me that, you know, people come after probably they have a translation theory lecture, and then they come to YouTube to look for explanations, and then they find this video. And I just try to really explain it in layman's terms, and just, you know, it doesn't have to be complicated. You can always break it down into something that makes sense, but it's hard to explain it sometimes. So I actually, it's a long time ago. I don't exactly know what I said in that video, but I knew that I was proud of it when I made it. So if you're interested, make sure to go watch it. So that was the top performing video of the year, even though I didn't make it this year. As you can see, none of the videos I made this year were the top performing ones. That's normal, because how it works on YouTube, if someone sees a video with 200-300 views, they're less likely to click on it than if they see one with 20,000, 100,000 views, because that creates already the social proof around it if you already have these views. That's why people are tempted to buy views, right? If someone sees just a video with 1.1 million, it doesn't really matter to them whether it's real or not. It's much more likely that they click on it. I never use that strategy. I never want to. It's not worth it for me. I'm not in it for the views, but I understand why people are doing it, of course. In terms of subscribers, it was not an easy year. 2,000 subscribers plus is still nice, but I see that here is the zero break. So there were days where people unsubscribed, like here. 19 days ago, 7 people said, see you later, which I understand, you know, it's fine. Like, these educational channels that give you advice, it's kind of a paradox, because I want to give you guys advice so you can succeed, so you don't have time anymore to watch this channel, right? So it's actually good for me if you leave in a weird way. But anyways, luckily this was never intended to, you know, maximize revenue or eyes on the channel. But for the ones that are there, for the 650 people that are currently, or at least in the last 48 hours, looking for Freelanceverse content, there is always something there, right? So there are now, how many videos do I see that here? I don't even know. Maybe on the channel itself. No, I don't see it here. But there are really a lot. There are probably over 300. Yeah, definitely over 300. Like 350 videos on there. Plus there are live streams. I do Q&A live streams that always do relatively well. They always end up equaling around 300, 400 views. Yeah, around that. But during the live stream, it's always fun and engaging, and there are maybe like 10 to 20 people in there actively interacting with me, and that's so funny. And I do that every second Q&A, so that will be Not every 2 months, but every 4 months I do a live. I did 1 month ago, 1 6 months ago, 1 10 months ago. So it's probably like 3 times a year I would go live and answer your questions if you are there. And if no one is there, then I would just answer questions that I have prepared, not that I sit there in silence awkwardly. Let's look at some more analytics. In terms of money generated over the last 365 days, it was 620 euros. That tracks, that makes about sense. I think the year I made the most on YouTube was 2023, I would say. There I made like 2,500 euros, which was incredible. Like, never expected something like that. And then it kind of bottomed out around there. It's hard to keep the momentum going because there's only so many people you can reach and so many new things you can say about this topic, right? But still, like 600 euros, I'm not complaining, right? And if you look over the lifetime, it's probably at around 8,000, I would guess. Yeah, 8,392. You can see in the beginning it grew, and then it equaled out, and now it's kind of, yeah. It also all depends how much YouTube pushes you, how much innovation you use from their tools. And unfortunately now they're really pushing AI tools on YouTube, and I refuse to use them, and that's not good for the channel. You can just see it up here, all these are Gemini prompts. How did viewers find your content? Like, I understand why they're doing it. It's just not something I want to use or benefit from. Let's have a look at my audience. It's always interesting to me. Often people don't have their tracking on, but a lot of people still do have tracking on. And when I go down here, I actually see quite detailed who is actually watching. 75% are not subscribed. That's not a good sign. Only 25% of my viewers or my subscribers are actually viewers. And it changed relatively recently, from female to male dominant, so it's 56% male now. The age group is always dominant, 25 to 34. And since last year, I'm not in that age group anymore. True, I said that already last year, so it's already, time moves so fast. But I'm happy that it's still the dominant age group, but I'm now in this one. I'm now 36 years old. So it's not even the second most. The second most is 18 to 24. So really the younglings that want to break into the industry. Very cool. So I'm proud that this is the age group. This is really the formative years, the years where you want to do something in your career. So it's nice to see that people are interested. In terms of locale, it's always the US that is dominant. India caught up. Okay, India was actually not on my radar. It's usually US, UK, Germany, Brazil, but now it's Egypt and India up there. Okay, people in Egypt are watching Freelanceverse video. Isn't that insane? But then of course many people don't have geography on, and by far most people are watching on the computer, which is also kind of unique to that type of content. I feel like if you are more a lifestyle channel or more like an entertainment channel, the mobile on the tablet or the TV would be much higher. But because this is specifically a business or like entrepreneur channel, people are watching it at work, trying to get information and advice. So that's why computer is highest. That makes sense. And people are watching my videos around 6 p.m. That's when they come out as well. So that tracks. Monday 6 p.m. is when I publish, and most of my viewers are on YouTube at that time. So that makes sense. In terms of revenue, as you can see, this year it was about 40 euros a month. Of course, nowhere near the time investment paid off, but this is not, the investment on the channel is paid off by real life rewards like jobs through that, recommendations by colleagues, clients that find me through these services, through these videos for my services. So any money that comes through the channel from Google or through partnerships with brands on the channel, that's a plus. The partnerships are the biggest chunk because there you can really, it's relatively cheap for a brand to work with a freelancer, with an individual creator, right? That's a large audience that specifically they know that this is their focus group, and you don't have to invest too much for a video to work with me. But that's for me by far the biggest chunk of revenue I make through YouTube are direct sponsorships, either through ads implementations of like a couple seconds, maybe 15-20 seconds. I shout at the brand. That's a much lower price, or a dedicated video about something that's a much higher price, of course, because then it's much more work. It would probably, a dedicated video all in all for a brand can take me somewhere around between 3 and 5 hours of work, so that needs to be compensated, of course. Whereas an implementation I can do for any video that works with the brand's ideals, and then I can just record a short snippet, and that's not a lot of work, so that makes sense. If I go back a bit to find another big video, a Q&A in March did really well, how to become a translator in 2026. So that just purely did well because of the title. One of the question was in the Q&A was asking me how to start, so that's why I knew immediately, okay, I can use this title, and that changes a lot. And then other videos that did well, here is one, the rant about AI. That was an interesting video because so far I had never really spoken out about this topic, and then I spoken up about it positively, and I said you need to stay ahead of the curve, try your best to keep up to date. And then I just there were some breaking points in my experience with AI that really concerned me a lot. So I thought this is really affecting my thinking day to day, so I need to also be honest with the audience and say what I think, what I feel. So I made a half-an-hour rant about the topic, and it was, as you can see, it shot up in publicity. It very quickly went to 1,000 views, and then it kind of bottomed out. But people in my real life talked to me about this video just randomly on a night out, and so it really really made the rounds. And I think it might be a bit doom and gloom, but it had to be said at this time. And after that, also I went to a conference relatively shortly after that, and that shifted a whole a lot of conversations were changed because of that, because people felt like they could come to me and talk about this, and no one would judge them, because often when you are at these conferences, it's all just, this is great, this is the future, you need to stay up to date, and criticism is kind of viewed negatively of things. So when I put out this video, and then funnily enough at this conference, several people, like 3-4 people, came up to me and wanted to talk about it and rant about it as well. So that's definitely made some ripples in my life after that. So yeah, that has been season 6. I'm very happy with how it turned out, even though the eyes on the channel were not as the years before. But I'm proud that I could do it, that I stuck through it, that I didn't give up. Sometimes consistency is just more important. Is it more important than quality? Not really. Of course, ideally you would have both, but for me it was really important to stick to it and to not give up, because it would have been very easy in the last months to just focus on other things. But no, I made it to the summer break. Now I can recoup, I can come back stronger, and I hope you will be there. And let me know in the comments over the summer break what you would like to see for the next season. I definitely want to bring back Specialized. I was really for many weeks now I'm trying to record a Specialized, and it's really hard to find a panelist for this specific specialization. And once I had all 3 together, one dropped out, and then I was looking again, and I probably have to just skip that specialization, but definitely want to bring the series back. I want to have guests on the channel, I want to do experiments, I want to compare things again. These are things that I really enjoy doing, and but yeah, they require planning and they require time. I cannot do them on the same day. So the big goal of the season is to recuperate some time, focus in my mind, now take some time off, maybe 2-3 weeks, and then or maybe 2 weeks, and then prepare for the new season. And if you want to know when the new season starts exactly, make sure to follow me on socials. I'm gonna put all the links down below. There you can keep up to date also with what I'm doing over the summer if you're interested. And yeah, thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. And I see you when it's hopefully a bit cooler again. Take care. Bye bye.